Coffee with Andy and Tracy. Hey, hey! You like that better than crikey? We'll stick with hey, hey for now. Hey guys, it is Monday the 23rd of January and we are underway. We meant to get off the dock earlier this morning, but wind's been blowing overnight. We had thunderstorms and a lot of rain yesterday. And overnight, about 4 in the morning, it kicked up. It was blowing in the low 20s, gusting up a little bit higher than that. And it was coming straight out of the west and pinning us directly on the dock. We got a lot of freeboard on this thing, and the wind really slapped us up against the dock pretty good. So I didn't sleep very well. Shout out to our friend Rebecca, who's in the hospital with appendicitis. We hope you get feeling better soon. So we're underway. Everything's working like it should. Actually, I am so impressed that my new voltage regulators have exceeded my expectations. We last night I disconnected power and ran us down pretty good, and then so we got 820 amp hours of power, and we used a little bit over 200 last night just trying to burn up some power. I knew I would put it all back in the batteries today while we were motoring. It wouldn't be anything crazy. So we started up, we idled for about 30-45 minutes before we got underway. We were just hoping for a break in the wind gusts, and we finally got down to about 12-15 knots and made our break for it. So by the time we were underway for 45 minutes from the idling and being underway, we put 25% of our battery capacity back in the banks. And while we were doing that, I have the water heater on. Thank you, Michaela. And it doesn't really work while you're motoring because the engine's making hot water. But if it needs it, I'm using it as a power dump. It's cold out here. It's like 48 degrees and the wind's blowing over 20 knots. So it's chilly outside, and we know it's going to get down to 35 tonight. So we're pre-warming the cabin, the salon. We've got a
pre-warming. I had to move the produce outside.
Was it cooking?
It's a little warm.
That's good, because
In the bags.
it's going to be 35 tonight while we're at anchor. But water heater was on. I got a 1,000-watt space heater on, and we still completely filled up with power. I'm thinking about running an experiment. I've got a 120 volt, 20 amp outlet right here at the helm. It's run a small drop cord to our 30 amp in for our secondary power loop, and see how we can run the marine air heat pump while we're underway. I mean, if we're already full, it's only supposed to draw 12-13 amps, and it does have a slightly higher starting amperage, but I've got enough buffer with these batteries, and putting out over 160 amps when it needs it from the two alternators, steady all day long. The solar is doing well. Need to clean them off a little bit. I'm going to step out of the lee of the cockpit a little bit. It is really blowing and gusting here. The new electronics are doing great. What do you think of those, honey?
If I knew how to use them, they'd be great.
We're coming to that.
We'll figure it out.
So we've got our Axiom 12 Plus here, our brand new autopilot, our jog home button, which allows us to control everything if the touchscreen ever goes out on the autopilot, or you're using gloved hands and things don't work. And then over here we've got an i70 display. So everything's performing the way it should, and above that so far. Still learning some of the kinks and quirkiness of avionics maps under Ray Marine. It appears you have to activate the maps on a PC, which we don't have. I had to go jump on someone's PC this morning and activate them. But it acts like you have to update the maps from a PC as well, which is kind of a pain. But we'll figure it out, because we always do. We got a lot of projects done, didn't we?
Yes.
Riley washed the boat this morning. It was chilly. It was real cold. But we scrubbed her up nice. She's looking good. We've got to, probably not today, but we're going to start doing some more buffing, waxing, and polishing. Make this puppy shine. The port outside hull is prepped and ready for applying the decal, or decal as some Canadians might say it, of our new name. And I don't think I've posted a picture of our new decal. I'm going to do it right up here. It's just a 3 or 4 second video. It shows our new name on the bow. It's beautiful. Tracy did a great job installing it. You had some help from the kids.
A little bit of help from my friends.
A little bit of help from my friends. So I'm doing.
I'll show them the beauty of Charleston.
I'll show you the beauty of Charleston. Let me do that. So we've stayed over in the industrial area off the Cooper River, between a shipping port and Daniel Island, which is a fill island. It's all spoils from dredging. Now they're building homes on it. This is all the backside of the battery, right?
Yeah.
Battery goes all the way up to the point, right out there. And then this is a seawall they've been rehabbing for like the last 10 years. Two?
Yeah, it was just falling in and flooded so badly.
So the battery is gorgeous. Let's see, I'm going to step back a little bit more. We've got a Coast Guard station coming up on our starboard, and then Mega Dock, as they call it, which is City Marina. We'll be up there in just a moment. I may poke my head up to show you guys, and the wind's going to blast us. Ready? There's the wind. It's Coast Guard dock. We're all those right before that bridge. Sorry about the Blair Witch Project. Then over behind us, that's James Island. James Island. Sandy's over there, right? So our friend Sandy is right back over there. It's her birthday. Shout out to Sandy.
Happy birthday, Sandy!
Happy birthday, Sandy. We're gonna go through the Wapoo Creek. We've got the Wapoo Creek Bridge coming up, which is right at the Charleston Crab House, right? And then we go through Then we go through the bridge. We go through Elliott's Cut, which is. I apologize about that, guys. Always got to listen to VHF. It's actually mandated. If you have one and you're on a boat over a certain length, you're supposed to monitor channel 16. So we'll cut through Elliott Cut, and the tide's going to be bucking against us. So we're probably going to only make a couple of knots as we're going through it. If we were going with the tide, we would be going over 10 knots. But that's okay. We're not going to make a whole lot of miles today. We could have gone offshore.
Trying to get inland.
We're trying to get inland, get out of the wind a little bit, get out of the cold, make our way south a little bit. I was accused of being a fair weather sailor 2 days ago.
That's fine.
I'm okay with that. I don't have to be miserable just for the sake of it. We'll do
Is that a British thing?
What?
Being miserable for the sake of it?
Is it a British thing?
I kind of think it is.
Steven, let me know. Wow, what's the wind now?
2087.
27 knots. Going dead into it. Thank goodness the water's not that rough. It's pretty smooth for us. Steven, is it a British thing to be miserable for the sake of it?
I mean, didn't they like invent self-flagellation and all that stuff way back in the day?
I don't think that's a British thing.
Yeah.
Well, unless that's about like flavoring food.
It's actually a religious thing.
No, it's not.
It's
Okay. Anyway, do you have anything else you want to add?
yeah.
No? Got the boys inside. Let's go inside for a second. Boys inside doing homework or schoolwork. It's all homework when you're homeschooled. Riley's downstairs. Nav station or the comm station's doing awesome. We'll probably listen to the radio in a little while. I can really smell the bananas ripening because they're right at the exhaust of the ice maker. Our bougie ice maker we got as a gift from Nana and Bumpa for Christmas this year. It's balmy. It's nice in here. I want to offer something up to you guys for our friends and family because there's only a few of you guys that watch. If you would like to follow along the boat, I can send you a link. Just request me. Do a DM. I will send you a link where you can track our AIS, which is just marine tracking. It does through the VHF and satellite. It's cool stuff. Just see where we're at, and I've got to flip our power management stuff over to some different settings now that we're not at the dock anymore, so that can still be monitored remotely. If you have any interest in that, or if you have questions about the power and the power system, I'll probably do a video soon, but I'll send you a link if you request it, just so you can track and see our usage and see how much power we can throw into the bank here. So that's enough for now. Love you guys. Pick up after yourselves. Micah?
Spay and neuter your pets.
Spay and neuter your pets. Tell your friends and family you love them. Talk to you soon.